This weekend it's Stir Up Sunday, the traditional day to make the Christmas pudding. And where better to come than into the kitchen of Jane Cookman, whose puddings and cakes are in demand, both at home here in Surrey and across the world.
The ingredients that I've got in the bowl to start with, I've got 250 grams of sultanas, 250 grams of raisins and 200 grams of currants. And what we're going to do first is soak all the fruits and nuts, leave it overnight and then carry on making the pudding the next day. So to this I'm going to add, here I've got 50 grams of mixed peel and 90 grams of chopped apricots. They're already chopped up, just ready to go in. And then I'm also going to add 90 grams of dark muscovado sugar and some flaked almonds, 90 grams of flaked almonds. If you want to make a pudding nut-free, just take the almonds out and add some extra raisins or currants, and then people who have nut allergies, they can eat it too. And then also suet. I'm using vegetable suet, so it's perfectly suitable for vegetarians. 125 grams of suet. That just goes in. And then what we want to soak it in is some ale. I've got 175 mils of ale. Any ale is fine. I have got Tribute ale here because that's what my husband drinks, so that's going in. And then some brandy. 50 mils of brandy, which I will just measure out in here. And this is not a particularly fancy brandy, it's just a fairly cheap cooking brandy. That goes in as well. And then that's all ready to be mixed up and left overnight. It doesn't need to go in a fridge. Just cover with a tea towel and leave on the side somewhere cool, and then it's all ready for the next day. After 12 hours, this will be what your mix will look like. This is one that I prepared earlier. The fruits will have soaked up some of the brandy and the ale, and now it's ready to add all the other ingredients to finish off the pudding. So first of all, we've got 90 grams of plain flour and 90 grams of breadcrumbs. I've just used plain white breadcrumbs. Just tip those in. And then some spices. I have got a mixture of ground ginger, half teaspoon of ground nutmeg and 1 heaped teaspoon of mixed spice. That just goes in. And then the next ingredient is some apple. This is chopped dessert apple, peeled and chopped. And I've got an orange, grated rind of 1 orange in there as well. And I'm also going to add some lemon rind of 1 lemon. It's really nice to have the fresh fruits in there. It makes it very zingy and tangy. Not all Christmas pudding recipes put in quite as much fresh fruit, but I quite like that in mine. There's a lemon. Okay, put in 2 eggs. Just give those a quick whisk before they go in. And the last ingredient is black treacle. Okay. Now you need to give this a good mix. I must admit the easiest way to do this is to get your hand in and just crunch it all up, but that can be quite messy. And traditionally on Stir Up Sunday, which this year is Sunday the 23rd of November, this is where you'd get the whole family to come in, and every member of the family would give the pudding a stir. And also traditionally you would have put coins in as well, sixpences, but not as many people do that these days, I don't think. Okay, so we're going to push this down. You don't want to fill it right to the top because it needs a little bit of room to expand while it's cooking. Okay, so now I have a sheet of greaseproof here. You just need to put a fold in it so that the pudding has room to expand. That goes on. And then you do the same with a piece of foil. Put a pleat in it again. Put that over the top. So I have a long piece of string because you can also use this to make a handle as well. So you want to tie it round. The bowls have a little lip at the top, so you get the string underneath and tie it as tightly as you can, just underneath the lip of the bowl. And then to make a handle, take the two ends of string and put it through on the other side. And it just means you can lift it in and out of the pot more easily. This in the top, put the lid on, and it's all ready to go on for a gentle steam for approximately 3 hours. After that time, it comes out of the steamer and leave it to cool, and then you need to make sure it's airtight for storage. It might look a bit funny when you unwrap it, but don't be put off. It'll look might look a bit of a funny colour, but when you re-steam it to eat on Christmas Day, it will be a lovely dark, rich colour. So the best way to store it is to wrap it in cling film, keep it in the bowl, wrap it in cling film, maybe another layer of foil, maybe put it in a Tupperware, just something so that it's completely airtight, and put it somewhere cool, not in the fridge. If you have a larder, cupboard, I think traditionally people used to keep them under the bed. Might not be the best place these days with central heating, but just somewhere cool until you need it on Christmas Day.